My mother said something to me about you, and the truth is, her words have been echoing in my mind ever since. She didn't give a long speech, she didn't try to dress her thoughts in heavy explanations, because that's not who she is. You know how she is gentle in tone, but sharp in perception. She doesn't say much, but when she does, every word lands with a weight you can't ignore. When I showed her your picture, when I said your name aloud, not in passing, not as someone I was just curious about, but as the woman I love, the one I see as mine, she went quiet. The kind of quiet that isn't empty, but full. She just stared at me for a moment, like she was reading through me, like she was searching every corner of my soul to see if I truly understood what I was holding in my hands. And after what felt like forever, she said just 2 words, "She's different." Not in that cautious way people speak when they're disapproving, not in the dismissive way some say it to politely suggest distance. No, she said it like a revelation, like she was confirming something I hadn't even been able to fully articulate myself. And she was right. She told me that you carry a depth most men are afraid to face. But then she looked me in the eye, and she said I wasn't most men. And I froze right there because she wasn't wrong. You do carry that depth, that quiet strength wrapped in softness, that fire that doesn't scream but still lights up every space you step into. There's something in your eyes, a quiet storm, a history of pain endured and transformed into wisdom. My mother recognized it before I even had the chance to describe it. She noticed the way I soften whenever I speak your name, the way my voice steadies when I talk about you, like I finally know what it feels like to be certain. And even though she didn't string together the words I approve, she didn't need to. The approval was there, written in the way her eyes softened, in the way her shoulders relaxed as if she trusted what she saw between us. She asked me a question I wasn't expecting: is she the kind of woman who makes you want to be better, without ever demanding you change? And I nodded because that's exactly who you are. You don't pull me upward by force. You rise on your own, and somehow, without shame, without hesitation, I follow. Not because I'm trying to impress you, but because I feel safe enough in your presence to grow, to evolve, to shed old versions of myself I no longer need. And my mom saw that. She saw I wasn't just in love, I was grounded, rooted in something stable, something real. She said another thing that still lingers in my mind: she isn't loud, but she's unforgettable. And I thought about that line for hours after she spoke it because it captured you perfectly. You don't need to raise your voice to be felt. You don't need attention to command a room. You walk in, and without even trying, the atmosphere shifts, not because you're seeking the spotlight, but because your presence changes things. That kind of rare energy doesn't just come and go, it stays, it lingers, it imprints itself into the memory of everyone you meet. My mother, who has lived through decades of love, heartbreak, survival, and endurance, recognized it instantly. And she told me something else that shook me: if you choose her with your whole chest. Don't half love someone who loves the way she does. And I held on to those words like scripture because she was right again. You don't love halfway. Even in your quiet ways, you love with a volume that can't be ignored. In the way you listen and truly hear, in the way you remember things I never even said out loud, in the way you look at the broken parts of me and still call me whole. And as much as my mother has always been my anchor, in that moment I realized you are my compass. She raised me to recognize truth when I see it, and the moment I found you, I knew. Not with confusion, not with hesitation, but with the kind of clarity that only comes once in a lifetime. That day, she gave me one last look before I left the room. And with all the gravity of a woman who has lived long enough to know love's true cost, she said, if she's the one, don't let the world talk you out of it. The world never understands a deep love until it's gone. And that line pierced me. Because she was right. People on the outside will never truly understand what we have, and they don't need to. What matters is what we build, what we protect, what we choose every single day. And later, when the house was quiet, she poured me tea in the kitchen like she always does when something important lingers in the air. She sat across from me, looked me dead in the eye, and told me, she's already a part of this family. Whether there's a ring on her finger or not. And I swear, my chest tightened because that isn't something my mom says easily. That wasn't politeness, that wasn't formality, it was acceptance. It was blessing. It was her saying she saw you as belonging, not just in my story, but in the story of all of us. And my love, that's why I'm writing this. Not just because of what my mother said, but because of what she saw. She saw the reflection of a woman who doesn't just fit into my life, but expands it. Who doesn't just stay by my side, but stabilizes me. Who doesn't just appear like a dream, but feels like home. And my mom reminded me of something she's been teaching me my whole life: you don't run from love like that. You don't test it. You don't gamble with it. You hold on with both hands and you never let go. For my beloved queen, my woman, my anchor, my forever, every word I'm about to say belongs to you. I have carried these thoughts in my heart for so long, but I have never spoken them out loud in this way. Never for the world to witness. Never in a way that removes every shadow of doubt. But today, I want no silence, no hesitation, no secrecy. Today I want the world to hear it as loudly as my heart beats inside me. This everything I do, everything I have, everything I will ever be, it is all for you. Every single step I take forward in this life, every dream I chase with trembling hands and burning hope, every small victory I celebrate, every laugh that escapes me, every tear that I wipe away, every piece of happiness I hold onto, it is all rooted in you. It is not just because you are the woman I love. It is because you are the force that carries me, the light that guides me, the flame that strengthens me. You are not just my lover, you are my strength, my reason, my home. You are my queen, the woman who has shaped my world in ways I could have never imagined or prepared for. And I need you to know that this, what I feel, what I declare, is not just another love story. It is my truth, my vow, my declaration carved into the deepest part of me. They said I would regret this choice. Do you remember those voices, the doubters, the critics, the ones who thought they understood my heart better than I did? She is older, they whispered. Are you sure about her? What if she slows you down? What if she keeps you from the future you deserve? You still have time to walk away. You still have time to choose differently. But I laughed, not because their words meant nothing, not because I was arrogant, not because I didn't hear the caution in their tone. I laughed because they were blind to what I saw. They never felt what I felt when you stood near me. They never knew the peace that rushed through me at the sound of your voice. They never understood that your love was not a chain but a key. Not a weight that held me back, but a wind that pushed me forward. Since the day you entered my life, I have not remained the same man. I have grown, I have become stronger, wiser, sharper, more sure of myself, more certain of my purpose. You have helped me discover the man I was always meant to be. And the best part, the greatest joy of it all, is knowing I am not walking this path alone. You, my queen, walk beside me, hand in hand, and I swear before everything I hold sacred, I will never let that hand slip away. This love is not a weakness like people think. It is my greatest weapon, my greatest power. Some believe that when a man loves an older woman, he surrenders something, that he loses his power, his control, his pride, his future. They think he is gambling away his life for a love that will not endure. But those are the voices of the blind. They have never touched what I have touched. They have never tasted what I have tasted. They have never known a love like ours. Because loving you doesn't make me weak, it makes me fearless. Fearless to face the judgment of those who will never understand. Fearless to protect what we have, no matter who stands in the way. Fearless to love you openly, proudly, boldly, without hesitation and without apology. Fearless because you are worth everything, worth the sacrifices, worth the battles, worth the risks, worth the entire span of my life. And if the world insists on judging, let them. Let them whisper their tired words behind our backs. Let them raise their brows when they see our hands locked together. Let them drown themselves in doubt and speculation. Their opinion means nothing, because I do not live for them. I live for you. For the brilliance of your smile that can scatter my darkest storms. For the softness of your voice that soothes my restless soul. For the love in your eyes that makes me feel like the luckiest man to ever breathe. And that is why every decision I make, every mountain I climb, every horizon I chase, it is all for you, my queen. And I will spend every day of this life reminding you that you are mine, that you are loved, that you are everything. I wonder if you truly understand what you mean to me. How your love influences everything I do, even when you don't notice. Every choice I make has your name written between the lines. Every success tastes sweeter because it is shared with you. Every hardship feels lighter because your strength carries me through it. You have given me more than affection. You have given me purpose. A reason to wake up with fire in my chest. A reason to push harder, to build something that will last beyond me. A reason to never stop improving, never stop becoming the man you deserve. That is why every action, every word, every dream is devoted to you. They doubted us. They said this bond was fragile, that it would fade, that time would wear it down, that age would separate us. They expected us to fall apart. They thought our love was a temporary spark, a mistake, a distraction. But what they didn't know, what they still don't know, is that we are not like them. We do not live by the rules of ordinary love. We do not bow to the judgment of strangers. We do not let society define what is right for us. Because what we have, this fire between us, it is stronger than time, stronger than whispers, stronger than the weight of doubt. And here we are, still standing, still burning, still proving them wrong with every breath we share. Before you, I never knew freedom in love. I thought love meant losing yourself, giving up pieces of your soul just to make it last. I thought it meant fear of losing, fear of hurting, fear of being abandoned. But you changed that. You showed me love isn't about loss, it's about gain. Gaining strength, gaining joy, gaining a partner who lifts you higher instead of pulling you down. With you, I am more myself than I have ever been. Because you have never asked me to change. You have never demanded proof. You already know my love is real. And so I spend every day proving not that my love exists, but that it grows. Every day, I fight to show you that choosing me was the right choice. And let the world watch. Let them stare. Let them ask their questions. Let them wonder why I hold you so tightly, why I love you so fiercely. They will never understand, because they don't see what I see. They don't feel what I feel. They don't know what it means to love someone who is everything. But I do. And that is why, no matter where life carries us, I will always place you first. This love, this life, this future we are building, it is all for you. You have given me loyalty, patience, understanding, the kind of gifts no price can measure. You have given me love that is not shallow, not fleeting, but endless. And in return, I want to give you not only my words, not only my promises, but my actions. Because love is not proven with whispers, it is proven with constancy. And my devotion to you will never falter. They said I would change my mind. But instead, while they waited for me to fall out of love, I fell deeper. While they waited for me to walk away, I walked further into your arms. You have ruined me for anyone else, because after you, nothing less would ever be enough. You are my standard, my example, my forever. You are the reason I believe in devotion, the reason I know what it means to be cherished, the reason I have never once doubted whether I made the right choice. Choosing you was the easiest thing I've ever done. Let the world whisper. Let them laugh. Let them judge. At the end of the day, none of it matters, because the only truth that matters is us. The way we look at each other like nothing else exists. The way we love each other like time itself is powerless. The way we stand together, hand in hand, invincible against every storm. So let them wait for our end. They will be waiting forever. Because while they waste their time, we will spend ours loving. And I will keep loving you today, tomorrow, every day after, until there is no more time left to love. Because this, my queen, my beloved, this is all for you.